Okay, back today with the new variety of the cell. It's a zinc hexacyanoferrate one. I put it in this time and submerged it a few times, squashed it with a spoon, let it come back up, and then did the other side, and then what was remaining I put it on the top as well, which is much thinner than the other cell we have running. And I did the same with the iron 3 hexacyanoferrate. It's all the way through. We didn't get cracking this time because it dried, because it's got the stuff all the way through it. It's much solider. And so that one there weighs 2.9 and 3.5. That one's probably got a bit more. This was a bit runny because I used that real fine stuff. And the original cell, the one that was made out of that felt, the binder's held up. That's the zinc hexacyanoferrate cell side. And that's the iron 3 side. So the binder actually held, not too bad, for 0.3 grams in 2 grams. And what I got here, well, what's there is 2 mol solution of zinc sulfate, ready to have our homemade zinc oxide solution put in there. Goes like that, sort of gets all this sediment. I just now stick this all into the one batch. So I used to let it dry out, then add 20 mils of water. I started off with 100 mils, but being in the microwave, it probably evaporated a little bit. You want to get it up to about 100 degrees in the microwave and stir it a few times. And when I add it to that zinc sulfate, it will go all white and clunky pretty quickly. Well, it used to. That will take a few days to dissolve out, and it will become clear again if it's the same as the other batches. Some of it will settle on the bottom, but you don't worry about it. So if you want to look up the recipe, it's in the zinc oxide video. And I just add it straight to the zinc sulfate now and give it a bit of a stir. Okay, so these cells, I'll wrap it up in its tracing paper separator again like I did before. The zinc hexacyanoferrate one gets completely covered, and I'll soak them for a couple of days. I won't do a charge for at least 2 days, 3 days on it, and we'll see what we get. So I'll get back then. Okay, back with the new cell, the one I soaked into the active material and tried to get it all the way through the carbon foam, well, felt I should say. That lead's just holding the cell up so the other leads don't get damp. Right, so it's been soaking in this thing since Monday. It's now Friday, so 4 days. And this time we actually have, you can sort of see it, yep, there we go, 0.084 of a volt. So we must be, the separator wrapped around the iron 3 electrode must be saturated. That rusty clip is the one what is just sitting there holding the cell up. The other day, this cell's still going okay, but I pulled the clips off to clean them, and then I accidentally put the positive one on the negative side and gave it a half-hour charge before I realised, because I was looking at the charge graph and it was spiking all over the joint, and somewhat sort of reduced its output. I'll give it some more charges. I'll keep it alive, but it may be broken now. So, but it was I got to 23 charges. I had the cut-off bolt at 0.9 and we're still doing 37 milliwatt hours and 25 milliamp hours. So it's still holding its value pretty well. So I'll set up for a charge. Oh, we can just do that now. I'm ready. We'll see what sort of milliamps the draw is. It should tell us if it's soaked through. Connecting the charge. Oh yeah, it's actually a bit better. 400 and something milliamps. The other one was only doing 200. It's unusually high. I haven't changed the power setting. That's what I've had it on. That's interesting. Another thing, I haven't hooked up a 9-volt battery to it and shorted it out, so this cell may run a bit better, or maybe not. Actually, I was going to check the resistance before I did that, but it's too late now. Between the two plates in the water, in the electrolyte. Oh, and I've got the new electrolyte in there this time, and not using the old stuff. So that might be another thing that plays a better role in this cell. So I'll let it do its thing, and I'll say about maybe half-hour charge first up perhaps, or should I go 1.5 hours? Alright, I'll keep an eye on it and see where the milliamps are, and I'll get back. Okay, so far it's been on charge for 2 hours and 10 minutes. For 20 minutes it was at, 20 minutes ago it was at 83, and now it's slowly still dropping, but I might try it out now. So I'll disconnect the charge, connect the other end of the leads, just to see what happens. It may actually need more of a charge, don't know. We're going to have the cut-off voltage like the other one, so we can sort of compare it for now, first run. So I've got the leads, voltage is about the same. Stop monitoring, and 10 milliamp load. That was the data logger just making noise. Well, so far it's looking good, it's holding. Not sure why this one's taken longer to drop down in milliamps. There's no bubbling going on. We can't really see. I haven't got the electrolyte totally right to the top either. I think it's just there, you can see that it's under that rubber band, which is a bit low, most likely. It was too late when I noticed the electrolyte was down. It was already on charge, so next time I'll fill it up a bit more. Alright, I'll get back. Okay, 28 minutes still running for, and it's at 1.9 volts, holding quite well. Just a quick update. Okay, cell's been running for 1 hour and 5 minutes, 21 milliwatt hours, 11 milliamp hours. Still 1.9 holding firm. Okay, we're at 2 hours and we're still at 1.8 volts, 40 milliwatt hours and 21 milliamp hours. That's much improved compared to the other cell. Maybe I did damage the other cell when I connected the 9-volt battery to it. Yeah, I think I probably did. Maybe. Or just because this one's been soaked into the solution and more of it's gone in through the carbon felt perhaps. Not to say it won't get down here a little bit and just drop straight off, but It's looking quite well. It's holding pretty firm. We're only 10 milliamps, but it's looking good. Yeah, I came out here a couple of times thinking, is the data logger working? Because it's at 1.8, slowly dropping. It's 3 hours now. 57 milliwatt hours, 30 milliamp hours. I've checked all the leads, they're all connected correctly. The battery, the one what comes, which is just supporting the battery. Yeah. Yellow one. Data logger. Data logger. Battery ones, or the charger. So if it's still running like this at 10 o'clock, there's going to be something wrong, because I'll have to turn it off by then anyway. As far as I know, I presume this is working. I've got an idea for the next version of the cell. Get the carbon felt and put it in the microwave and see if I can activate it further or disintegrate it, one of the two. So far the cell's looking quite good. I'll get back. Back 4 hours and 5 minutes, 1.7 volts. Not too bad. It's looking good. We're 76 milliwatt hours. We may even hit 100. Okay, not bad looking. 5 hours and 16 minutes so far. 96 milliwatt hours, 53 milliamp hours. 1.2. But we're dropping pretty quickly now. We've got to drop off. I'm gonna stop it at 0.9. Maybe even 1, or it might actually drop down pretty quick now there. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, not a bad run for the cell. 5 hours and 24 minutes. Still running, but I'm cutting it. 97 milliwatt hours and 54 milliamp hours. So we won't go any past 0.9 on the next lot of runs. We'll save the cell. But that was quite good, I think. Alright, I'll give it a go tomorrow and see what happens. Okay, it's the next day. The cell's been on charge for 4 hours and 4 minutes. We've slowly decreased. We're still sort of dropping, but 4 hours is pretty long. So I'll disconnect the charger and connect the other end. Okay, data logger is now connected to the cell. 10 milliamps again, and a cutoff voltage this time of 0.9. Starting the test. Okay, it's now 11:20. I'm gonna go to bed, so I'm gonna leave it running. We've been running for 4 hours and 49 minutes, holding 1.6 still, 88 milliwatt hours and 48 milliamp hours on the cell. So I don't know if it needs a 4-hour charge. So I'll see what it's like in the morning. And I've got the cut-off voltage this time at 0.9, so we don't drain the cell completely. Okay, so the cell was, it ran for 8 hours and 28 minutes, and we got 85 milliamp hours and 137 milliwatt hours out of it on a 4-hour run. I left it overnight because I went to bed, and that's how I found it this morning. So it's at 1.2 and holding there. So that's pretty good. We hit the theoretical 100 watt hours per per kilogram. Easy. I didn't ever think I'd get to that sort of discharge amount, but that looks quite good. Alright, I'll post a video and enjoy it. Thanks for watching.